Hey everyone, I put together this video for you to show you how to find the derivative of a function using the TI84 plus calculator. And so I'm using number 3 from your worksheet that you worked on earlier in class today. It was 4x squared plus 1. And if you worked through it by hand, it would have looked something like this. Hopefully you're able to check your work. There was a key earlier in class that you could check your work against, and you would have ended up with 8x. With this being your starting point. Okay, so when you find your derivative, you would have gotten 8x. Now remember, the derivative is just the slope of the line at any point on the graph. So if I want to just think of this visually, okay, you've got 4x squared plus 1. It's going to be a parabola. It's going to look something like this, right? 4x squared plus 1. Now if you think about this slope, depending on what x value you plug in, right, you're going to get a steeper slope. So the slope of the tangent line right here is not nearly as steep as the tangent line. Oh, if I can draw this right, I'm going to try and fudge it here. As a tangent line right there, right? That's going to be the steeper line. So the higher your x value that you plug into here, the steeper your slope. Okay, so let's see what the question's asking for us. It says, find the slope of the tangent line of the curve at the point 1, 5. Okay, so there's our x value that we're looking at. What is the slope when our x is 1? Okay, well again, we have the derivative. All we really need to do is plug in where we're looking at. So again, we're looking at 1, and our slope is 8. Okay, so that's the slope of our tangent line when x is 1. Okay, to show you how to do this on a calculator and to show you that it will actually be the same answer, let me clear everything out of here and start over so you guys can see it. I'm going to show you two ways, graphically and then on the main screen here. So let's do graphically. So let's type in our original function was 4x squared. Right, I'm up here, 4x squared plus 1. And let's graph that, see what it looks like. Okay, there's our parabola. Looks about how it should. Okay, so now to find the derivative, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit second calc. Okay, and I'm going to go down to number 6, which is dy dx, so derivative with respect to x. I hit enter. And so essentially what it's asking you for here is it's giving you essentially kind of a trace command where you want to type in, it's asking you what x value are you looking for, okay? And in our case, we want to evaluate our derivative when x is 1. So I'm going to type in a 1, hit enter, and our derivative, dy dx, so derivative with respect to x, is equal to 8. Okay, hopefully you can see that. I know it's kind of hard to see unless you zoom in, but this is an 8 right here. And so if I compare that to the handwork, it's 8, so it matches, so that works, okay? If you don't want to do it graphically, there is another way you can do this. If you do alpha F2, okay, so I went alpha F2, and you scroll down to n deriv, okay, it's the third one down. I'm going to hit enter. The first box you fill in, it asks you derivative with respect to what, okay, so we're taking derivative with respect to x, so I type in x. Now we're going to type in our function, which is 4x squared plus 1, so 4x squared plus 1. Okay, so I took care of that. And now we're going to go to where are we evaluating it? At what point along the x-axis? Well, just look at the question here. We're looking at when x is 1, so I'm going to type 1. I'm going to hit enter, and there's our answer, 8. Okay, so it works here. It works when you do it graphically on this calculator. It works when you do it by hand. Everything's 8, so it works out. Okay, I hope that helped.